welcome to Flashback, Games, Brains, How Bang Life here. We're up to episode 17 and we're covering one of the all-time greatest first-person shooter games. And I don't really care about first-person shooter games, but I care about this game. It's Goldeneye. Goldeneye 007, first-person shooter video game developed by Rare back in the day when Rare were great. And based on the 1995 film James Bond, Goldeneye. It was released for the Nintendo 64 video game console in August 1997. An exclusive.
Exclusive.
A spiritual successor, Perfect Dark, was released in 2000, while a reimagining of the game, also titled GoldenEye 007, was released in 2010, but that was panned. Universally panned.
Never played it.
Yeah, no interest. Why bother? You know? Yeah. Likes, dislikes, favourite moments, scenes, bits of music.
Yeah, I mean, GoldenEye is one of those games that, you know, harkens back to our childhood growing up. There's a few games that I probably played as much as I did as GoldenEye when I was, like, young and playing the N64.
Absolutely.
I've seen the film. Have you seen the film GoldenEye?
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually watched it because I played this game.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it was after I played this game.
Oh, definitely after for me. Definitely after. James Bond, I've never been a fan. I'd seen like Live and Let Die when you were younger because they were on TV, but I don't like James Bond films.
Yeah, I think when I played GoldenEye the game, I think I thought when the movie came out that the movie was based on the game.
Right.
Like the movie came second.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, actually, the game it came out 2 years after the film. Yeah, 2 years after.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd seen any other James Bond film before also playing the game, so I'm not sure like why
we would play it.
Why do we get it?
I guess it's hard to say because even back then it's like we wouldn't have known internet buzz.
Heard any good positive reviews.
Maybe just wanted a shooter.
I think it might have been like a game that came bundled with the console quite a lot.
Maybe
when you bought the console, it would be like the game that would come with it. Yeah.
May very well be. Yeah.
But I think this might have been the first FPS that I might have played also. It's possible. I can't remember one I would have played beforehand unless you can think of one.
There must be one on the PlayStation. Quake.
Maybe.
Quake was a big one for me. Quake 2 particularly on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, maybe.
Doom probably you don't remember, but probably Doom on the SNES and stuff like that.
It's possible, but yeah, the campaign in it, is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you to many different locations.
Long as well, a lot of levels.
It's quite a lot of freedom within the levels. I mean, you can explore the levels quite in depth and experiment and just do what you want almost.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Obviously, there's an objective and an A to B type thing, but it's not like you're.
There's not a specific path often, and sometimes there's several ways you can get in.
Alternate routes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of variety in the weaponry. They did bring a lot of different types
of
guns.
Yeah.
They didn't they could have given you like 5 guns, but I can't say how many there are, but there's got to be at least like 30 maybe. There's
quite a few.
Obviously they all hit the whole like machine guns and stuff, but yeah. The weaponry I remember being quite like powerful, and like when you shoot like a machine gun, it feels like you're shooting a machine gun almost.
It felt like if you hit an enemy in the head, they'd die straight away.
Obviously, like when you did hit an enemy, like it just did like that spark animation almost off their head, and I think it would show like some blood, like if you shot them in the back of the head.
Yep.
It would turn red and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I remember finding the later levels in the game quite challenging though.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like a negative, so I guess I won't talk about that. Obviously, my fondest memories in the game, talking about the campaign and stuff, which was fun, but the fondest memories about the multiplayer, which I think most people will agree with. I don't think I've ever had as much fun with any other split screen game as GoldenEye.
I agree with that. It's still one of my fondest memories. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, me, you, and
we'll get to that. We'll come to that at the end because I've got it as well.
Yeah. And we're not going to talk about like the multiplayer aspects.
No, because that's some favourite moments.
All right, I guess I'll leave it to that then. So yeah, you got any other likes?
Well, you basically covered everything: variety, level, lengthy game, massive replay value, massive for the different difficulties.
Yeah.
And then if you did manage to do all the 007, 00 agent difficulties, you would unlock all these extra variations, big end modes.
You did that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember like you having it done, man. Like all the stars and whatever.
Great mix of stealth and action. You could approach levels sometimes with stealth, particularly bunker and places like that. It's just one of those most famous games that's widely considered, and not even in a nostalgic way, because it hasn't held up well. It hasn't. I played it not recently, but the last couple of months, trying to use with a PlayStation controller for those Nintendo 64 controllers, and you would think that'd be better, but the problem is it's not. It's still geared towards it, so moving the cursor is still a nightmare and stuff like that, which kind of brings us to the dislike. Really, it is an ugly game now.
Yeah,
it was ugly then.
Yeah, the character models and stuff very even like quite blocky, and their faces almost non-existent.
Yeah, they had this weird sort of like they'd taken a printed picture and stretched it round.
Yeah, and then but like in the menus they had the real pictures of the actors and
yeah.
stuff.
Of course, yeah. Pierce Brosnan and stuff like that, Sean Bean and all that, yeah. And of course, I already mentioned the controls. Whew.
Well, the controller didn't help, did it?
Yeah, it's an issue with Nintendo 64 controller, full stop, you know?
It is, yeah.
But that's about it. I haven't really got anything else to say about dislikes.
I remember, like I said, the later levels of the campaign getting quite tough and challenging. There's one level, I think, where you drive a tank and stuff.
Oh, just through the streets of Russia.
I remember on the like harder difficulties, that's really like unfair.
Yeah.
Like there's lots of landmines you have to dodge and stuff like that, and it's very easy to die. Like especially if you need to get out of the tank for like a second for some reason. I can't remember why you want to, but I think that you need to at some point. And it's very, very challenging. There's one in a graveyard, I think, where you get like ambushed.
Oh, the St. Petersburg.
Yeah, you have to escape from there, and it's like I remember that on hard difficulty being like really difficult. Like
on 00 Agent difficulty, there ain't a level in it I think that wouldn't be called hard. I remember bunker and stuff like that. Desperately, God almighty, and there was no save points. You died, you started again.
Yeah, there's lots of funny things in the game, like things that would explode that would just like I think you could shoot like just silly things that would explode into like actual fire.
Yeah,
that like would make no sense, like desks and stuff like that.
Yeah, like have a little explosion. Yeah.
Or if you shot like a computer, or like it would just explode, and like especially on higher difficulties, that could do like a lot of damage to you.
Absolutely,
just even being like close by to it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling like the campaign also kind of loses steam like a little bit as it goes on. Like kind of drags on, like you talk about lengthy. I think it's a bit too long, maybe drags on a bit too much. Obviously value for money is cool on that. Yeah,
I mean, I actually remember like later levels like Jungle and all that not quite having the same impact. However, and this is one of my major things, it does culminate in one of my all-time favourite levels, Antenna. Do you remember Antenna? The last level, so it starts, and the music is one of my favourite from Goldeneye, and it's where you're chasing down Trevelyan, and it's that long gantry, very difficult on 00 Agent because they can shoot you from distance, and it ends on that tiny platform.
Yeah, I remember in the movie anyway, especially. But I remember the music really picks up for that.
Really, really good, you know.
Some of the later levels are just not as good as some of the earlier ones.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There's one in the like library level type thing, and it's kind of like a bit of a maze of like corridors.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah. You have to like escort like the woman character.
Oh yeah, what's her name? Natalia. Yeah.
And that can be like a pain.
Any escort mission's a pain. Absolutely.
But that's my negatives. I mean, reaching a little bit.
Oh yeah, it is a reach. A lot of it's basically comes down to, if you played it now, it probably wouldn't be as good as it was, which can apply to almost anything.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
goggles and that.
But I mean, favourite moments, scenes, bits of music. I already mentioned Antenna Cradle music. I'm going to mention one, then we're going to get onto the one I stopped you from talking about earlier on.
Yeah.
One, and it's ultimately a boast. Yes, I have done this. I have completed the entire thing on 00 Agent difficulty.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
And it's like one of those sort of things where I'm like, I did that, yay! Yeah. And then of course there's our, and when we say multiplayer, we say our multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Which you can tell them.
I'm sure everyone has like a story about Goldeneye multiplayer and things they did in it, but like I'm sure ours aren't as special as we think they are. But we did a lot of inventive things in it. That, we invented our own game modes because there's so many fun game modes to play in Goldeneye that we almost exhausted them to the point where we were like, you know what, let's experiment here with the different options and stuff like that. And we used to play this mode where we would make the only weapon you could have in the game was proximity mines.
The proximity mine battles were the best, man.
I'm not even sure how that would work now. I'm not sure how it really worked, but like, what was it that literally one person would place the mines?
One person was allowed to go and place the mines wherever,
and it was had to try and like navigate their
just get through. Yeah, go around the level basically.
Death trap, basically.
Yeah,
we always did it in the facility level, which was a good one because you had to come down the stairs at the beginning.
That's it.
And I mean, it was probably like impossible. I don't know if any of us have actually beat the proximity mine challenge.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know how.
It was just fun to be because you could place like hundreds of the things.
Yeah.
And it was just funny because if the person did trigger one, it triggered them all
yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like a fun thing to try to just experiment with. And we also I think we did. Obviously, Man with the Golden Gun was
Of
a
course.
lot of fun. So playing that, I think that's probably one of some people's favourite modes to play that. Like,
I remember us playing the Golden Gun one specifically in the. I don't know if it's a temple level. Temple level, that one specifically, yeah.
With the walls,
big pillars and stuff, yeah. Because that was good. Because a good place to hide.
It was funny because it was back in the days where like the split screen was literally, we'd have like you'd have a small TV, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be like a big widescreen TV. So you'd have the split, and you only have a little box that was yours.
Yeah.
And like you could literally see the other player. Like you couldn't not see it because your eyes couldn't not see the TV and see the other player's positioning and stuff like that. But you had to have that courteous understanding between one another that you wouldn't spy.
Yeah, because we weren't playing as 2. We weren't doing down. We were playing at 3.
Yeah.
So we had 3.
Yeah.
And
then we'd obviously turn off the radars and stuff like that. But it's kind of silly because you could still see the other player and stuff.
Yeah, you do work the courteous way of don't look.
Yeah. And we did other modes like, I'm sure the people did this too, but slappers only mode.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Which is obviously so much fun. Like
hilarious.
Trying to kill each other with only the slapping hand. like you talking about the graphics and stuff like that, and they're like these really like, they almost look like mannequin hands.
Like you're holding a mannequin hand,
and they have like no individual fingers. They're all, like just like that. It's really fun, and the sound they make, that chopping sound.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you can hear it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Like, they're coming, man. You can hear that chopping sound coming.
And we also did what everybody did. We also made the rule when it came to just standard things: no odd job.
Oh, of course, no odd job.
No odd job allowed.
Yeah, that's
bullshit.
That's common etiquette. And
yeah.
We did paint mode, of course.
Of course.
Big head mode. One hit kill, and I think we also used to do a thing where we play hide and seek in levels. So do you remember doing that?
I do, yeah.
But there's certain levels where they're like are literally invisible walls you can go through and hide. And we'd have we'd have one player do their hiding, and obviously you can see on their screen, you can see like the wall, and you would have to try and figure out where they were based on just the section of the wall they were looking at. Yeah, and it was kind of silly because the person, especially we do it on, I can't remember the name of the level, but there's one that has a lot of invisible walls you can hide in. And people would always just hide in there because obviously you just get found out in the open, obviously. But yeah, I mean, we're just endless fun and with the endless possibilities.
Yeah, it really was. It's literally the fact that we can vividly remember and picture these scenes. I can picture the scene, picture your screen filling up with blood and fire as every proximity mine explodes around you.
Yeah, I can picture like you with the golden gun, and like obviously the golden gun's one hit kill.
Yeah.
So me like coming into the room with like a grenade launcher trying to kill you from distance. Grenades, like raining them down upon you, trying to get the gun off you. And then like that heartbreak moment when you finally get the golden gun and you die instantly straight away. You tried so hard to get it, But yeah, lots of fun memories with it for sure. It's a really fun one.
It is. It's one of the best FPSs. Simple as that.
It is great.
There you go. That's our flashback. Check out the other videos. Check out the other content. Hit that like and subscribe button. And thanks for watching.